Hello and welcome back to Megan TT Hobbies. This is purely a Team 1970s football video that catches me up for this past week. It is the evening of Sunday, January 26th, 2020. These have all been sent out around the 6th, 7th, 8th of January, so coming back in about two and a half weeks or so. So let's get started. Coming in from Metroplex, Michigan, signing 4/4, quarterback Greg Landry, Lions and Baltimore in there. So there's some 70s and 80s cards. I'm going to fly through these because there's quite a bit. And I want to get these in so they can be included in Chase's recap that he puts together tomorrow. Signing 4/4, coming back from Santa Ana, California, David Hill, Lions, and he wrote what I probably asked him to inscribe, which was 2-time Pro Bowl. And then he signed it in ballpoint pen. It was nice. He found kind of the area to sign. And then this one, and so I will have to check out to see if any of these gentlemen still sign. So if you know, on some of these ones that have 3 or 4, if you know if any of these guys are still alive, first of all, and then second of all, sign, feel free to comment below. Next one is coming in from Memphis, Tennessee, Stanley Morgan. And he signed it Megan and then Stanley Morgan, and then he put his number. This is a 81, I think. Yep. But then there's some 70s. And this is, I think this one's 80. Yep. So some 70s and 80s cards. 4/4. For these guys, I sent out quite a few. You'll see 4, 5, even 6. I figured I'll send what I have, and most of these gentlemen are really awesome. So this one is next coming in from Gary Finzik, and then he also wrote a reply on our letter, and he said the favorite moment for him was the Super Bowl that he was in. And then his words of wisdom for our boys is enjoy the sports you love. And then he signed it Gary. And he put his number, and then on some of these ones it says 2-time Pro Bowl. This one obviously I can't finish off, but I gotta look at both of those guys. Same thing with this one. So some 70s. That's 78. And then 80s cards. Next one is coming in from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Here's somebody that signed 5. So this one is probably my favorite because it's signed nicely there by Joe Washington in blue. And then he switched over to black. Again, one of these team leader cards. And then this was cool because he's that whole one. And then I got to look up Fred Cook and these other guys. But this was a tie, so they didn't put any little pictures in. I don't know if I can get Ahmad Rashad to finish this off. I don't know if I will chance that one. But signed nicely. And then he was also on the Chargers and signed that right there. And he included a Post-it note. He said, playing with his brothers is something I will always remember and cherish, when I asked him about his favorite memory. And then he's got this the 7 Secrets of the Silver Shoes. There's a website if you want to go check it out from Mr. Joe Washington. I should mention that none of these are with a donation. I think I've got one later on, and I'll mention that. Signing 3/3, Otis Sistrunk. Signed in a nice thin Sharpie. It's not quite pen. Or maybe a Stedler. Signing 3/3. especially with the nice 1979. And I think I forgot to mention that was from, if I did, it's from Macon, Georgia. Next one coming in from San Francisco, Ray Wershing, signed very nicely these Superman cards. So shout out to anybody doing this set. There you go, somebody to send to. And we gotta get some 80s cards in here. It's also on the Chargers. So that was 5 of 5. Like I said, for these guys, I sent quite a few. And I've been pleasantly surprised how many they've signed for me. Coming in from Denver, Colorado. I'm not sure this one was going to come back. Haven't seen a ton of returns for him. Mr. Jim Turner, a kicker. I like this card a lot. That's a 76. And then I like that one too. And then he is also in the Superman, and I think it says J, and then he's got like the I and the M, and then Turner. This next one is, I can't tell where that's coming back from. Excuse me. I will leave that in. It might be from St. Louis. It looks like either St. Louis or Sacramento. I'm not quite sure which one. I would have to look him up. From Ron Yankowski. And he signed it nicely up there in a blue ink. And then let me just cover this up real quick. Playing sports is a team with many players. You work at getting better will help your team get better. A family is also a team. Working together make life better. Hard work pays off. And then he signed it and he put his number. So thank you to him for those kind words. Louis, I think it's Kelcher, coming in from Austin, Texas, Rio Grande District. 3 of 3. And then he put 3-time Pro Bowl. Those turned out great. When I was looking through a bunch of old cards that I had, I tried to focus on some of these guys that had all pro cards. And then guys that I had, 2 or 3 or more cards for. Next one coming in from North Houston, Texas. He wrote a little nice blurb on the letter. I'll read that to you as I'm showing off the cards. Signed a couple of the 80s and then the 70s. So this is Dave Beverly, Packers. I got a lot of punters and kickers this time around. He said, have them look up the definition of team, effort, and commitment usually works, as his words of wisdom for our kiddos. So thank you to him for that. Coming in, it looks like Cincinnati, Ohio. A few of the other guys have gotten him back. Abdul Salam. I think both Andrew and Chase on our team have gotten these back. And he signed it number 74, and you might see it say NYSE. So I think he was known as the New York Sack Exchange rather than New York Stock Exchange. And these are the, what year is that? 79s. So he signed 4 of 4. Few more to go here. Like I said, just flying through these pretty quick to get them updated. Fort Myers, Florida, Barry Pearson. Steelers, Chiefs. Signed in nicely there in black. Next one, Atlanta Metro, Ray Cross. And he put 3-time Super Bowl champ. 49ers, I love how that one pops. And also, again, the Superman one. And that's an 80, but you've got some 70s cards in there. 4 of 4. This one I had quite a few cards for, and I couldn't decide what to send. I sent them all, and he was amazing. Looks like San Bernardino, California. Terry Hermeling. Redskins. This looks like one tough guy as a football player, that's for sure. So I think he signed 6 for me. I think there was only one repeat. Those 2, and there. Look at the color difference. But then he signed all of these very nicely. So thanks to him for that. If you're working on any of these and like you would want to trade, since these are the same card, feel free to reach out to me if you would like to trade. I won't sell, but I would definitely trade if I have some duplicates. Next one coming in from Tampa, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, for Dave Green. Again, another kicker punter for the Buccaneers. These last 2 I am probably the most excited for. This is coming back from North Texas, Dallas, Texas. None other than Hall of Famer Mel Renfro. I think I sent a small donation, like $5 or $10 for him. So he signed this one nicely here. And then that's a 71. Unfortunately, then he signed this one on the back. And I've seen this before where they sign in this white space, but that's okay. I will not complain about getting a Hall of Famer. And this last one actually was sent out on the 4th of November, coming in from Miami, Ohio. None other than one of my Boilermakers, Hall of Fame member, 1990. Needs no introduction, Mr. Bob Greasy. And I don't remember if I sent him a donation. I somehow have really good luck with him. Might have to do with, since he's from my alma mater. And is it, I always pronounce it greasy. I never know if that's completely right. But, I mean, there's another Hall of Famer. This one is a 1976, and this one is a 79, because I got quite a few. I really like these 79s. I don't know if I'll necessarily work on it as a set, but I definitely like them. So that is it. Quick run through of a whole stack. I don't even know how many that is, but it easily sends Team 70s over the 300 mark, because we were really, really close to begin with. We've got about a week left, so hopefully I will get some more in, and we'll let you know how the final tally is. Check out the contest over at Caleb's channel, and then Chase over at Chase and Ink has been sharing his successes on Team 90s. That's Caleb. He's got some of his successes. Brandon has some of his. I'll try to put some links in some comments later. And also Scott Spalding. Andrew on our team shares mainly on Facebook, but shout out to him, and also to Kim Williams, as they both have been getting successes for Team 70s. That is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.